Hello everyone, and welcome to Divine Debut 11. This is Kathy speaking on this Wednesday, the 18th of the month of June of 2025. I hope that you're all doing well. Welcome to the reading, to the love reading that we do every Wednesday. It could be a twin flame, could be a karmic, could be a soulmate connection that you're in, and you're here looking for some information, some details as to what's going on. Of course, everyone's situation is different. Some of you may be in contact. Some of you are not in contact at all, and you're wondering totally what's going on with this important connection. Now, remember, this is a general reading, so may or may not resonate for all of you. I won't be with you in the premiere, in the chat today. I've got a very important get together, meeting up with a friend that I haven't seen for a few years, long lost friend. Interesting, right? As Jupiter has just entered my 11th house of friendships. So Jupiter, of course, speaks to foreigners, foreign and distant lands, and I've got a very special person that I'm meeting up with tonight, so I won't be in the premiere. Thank you for your likes, your shares, your subscriptions. It's amazing how the astrology does work. The 11th house is, for me, it's the house of Cancer, where Jupiter has entered, and we're going to have a new moon in Cancer at those early degrees of Cancer. So we'll be affecting more the cardinal signs: Cancer, Capricorn, Libra and Aries. And then 2 weeks later, we're having a full moon in the sign of Capricorn. That's going to be a very positive one. The new moon in Cancer could bring good things, yes, but there's something about it. We're still in that square of Jupiter squaring off to Saturn and to Neptune that have entered the sign of Aries. So let's see, Jupiter is in a stronger position, trying to expand, bring some optimism, some wisdom, some openings, whereas Saturn has been trying to hold back, keep us back, and saying it's not time yet. But Jupiter squaring off to Neptune in Aries. Neptune is the dream, the fantasy. Jupiter can be the truth. So this could be a time of your bubble being burst, or if there is optimism, good news coming to you. Just don't get too overexcited. Stay grounded and don't get lost in the fantasy, and that, because there's still realism and practical matters that Saturn is sort of holding us back on. Let's see what's going on. We're going to do the divine spread today. I hope that you enjoy it. I know a lot of you do like it. So we'll be using quite a few decks. Let's see. Let's concentrate and let's connect with spirit. Do think of the person that you're hoping to manifest. Those of you that are single and looking for new love, this Wednesday reading is those very important connections with people that are here either to teach us a lesson, to make us grow. They're meant to be in our life. So forthcoming in the future could be a very important, significant relationship coming through for you. So this may be, or this may not be your story. Take the messages with a grain of salt, and don't try and fit this to your own personal journey and story if it does not fit. This is a general reading, so if you're interested in a personal, do connect with us. DivineDebut11.net. And we've got everything, all the links beneath this video if you're interested in connecting with us on Patreon. If you're an astrology lover, we do learn a lot of astrology on Patreon through examples and through talking and analyzing the charts, the new moons, the full moons, the eclipses, retrograde planets. We do a lot. But let's see what's going on in love at this time. Where is love at this time? What's going on with your person? What's going on and what's showing up? What is promised for the future? Let's see. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for your guidance. and not only Archangel Michael, whichever archangel wants to be present to guide us. Archangel Lophiel or Zophiel is also another one of my advisors and protectors, and let's see if we can tune in and we're guided correctly. Wow, okay, beautiful. I think it was yesterday. Was the messenger that we had as Karma Dharma. We had the Empress again. That's interesting. We all know that the Empress is the energy of Venus, and Venus is transiting through Taurus, grounding us, securing a situation where love, value, self-worth, even self-love is concerned. But the Empress also speaks to patience. So we've got Taurus, we've got Libra here. She's the mother, she's the go-to person, she's the one that knows her worth, her value. She's been through her own issues and lessons, and she's attained the throne next to her emperor. Yesterday's message of the messenger, if you did not check that out, do so. A lot of messages there. But what came through mainly yesterday was that if your emperor is not ready to give you that security, then be your own emperor whilst you're still waiting on that special person. Generally speaking, the Empress is pregnant with a creation. The seed could be the beginning of a relationship. It's already begun. Or the seed could be planted now as Venus is transiting through Taurus and promises maybe, possibly when Venus enters the sign of Libra later on in the year, that could be the showing, let's say, of something that's begun now, where love is concerned. And Venus is the goddess of love, peace, tranquility, pleasures. She could be the queen of war as well, depending on which sign she's transiting through. But now, right now in Taurus, she wants to be certain. And love comes through flowers, through music, through pleasure, through physical items as well. Taurus, remember, Taurus speaks to resources as well. Money could also play a major factor where love is concerned. Everything is connected. But remember, where Taurus is, we've had Uranus since 2018 transiting through the sign of Taurus. So Taurus is a fixed earth sign. And we know Uranus is bringing big breakthroughs and breakout and breaking free, and also awakening as to the reality of a situation. Or, Uranus in Taurus can also bring big changes where our understanding, our perception, our intelligence of a particular connection is concerned, and big changes where there have been stuck energies. And I'm mentioning only Taurus, not so much Libra, because Venus is transiting through Taurus and Uranus is there. Obviously, 7th of July is when Uranus will leave Taurus and leave his gifts, possibly, or give you the reality. It could be a reality check. I don't know if it's you or the person you're dealing with. Remember, fixed signs, the fixed areas of our chart with Uranus there is we're seeing a lot of changes happening. And straight after Uranus leaves the sign of Taurus and enters Gemini, which is the sign of communication. Gemini is ruled by Mercury, and Uranus, which is the connection to spirit, I would say also to spiritual connections, because Uranus is the higher mind relative to Mercury. Mercury is logic. It's our daily life. It's the way we act and react and perceive things. Uranus is having that higher mind, that bigger picture, and that ingenious mind as to how to move forward, because Gemini is about movement, is about the twins, and the twins will probably be If they've been stuck in past situations, they will be free. So they've got a window of opportunity for a few months as Uranus will be transiting Gemini. Gemini is also back and forth, dilemmas. I need to make my mind up. I need to choose what I'm going to do. So straight after Uranus enters Gemini, on the 10th, we've got that full moon in Capricorn. Check the area of Capricorn in your own sign. So Cancer Capricorn is where the axis of the lunations will be taking place. And the moon, of course, can speak to emotions, depth, secrets, psychic ability, secretive connections, and our emotional security. Where love is concerned, of course, fears could be playing a major role. So a new moon in Cancer. Remember, Cancer rules, I should say the moon rules Cancer, and Jupiter will be there. So we'll probably have, as the moon will be opening up, waxing and growing, we will have some clarity as to what's going on. And it is connected to the past because Cancer rules the mother, and Cancer also rules the past, and Jupiter is exalted in Cancer. So lots of promises. Let's see where this will take us. Let's take the divine spread. Thank you, Spirit. Let's go. There's the moon. So right on, right on. It's at the base. It's in the past position. So the moon can speak to love triangles, or someone who could also have issues where their upbringing, their childhood is concerned. So fears deep-seated within the psyche, but also lots of secrecy relative to someone's personal and family situation, their living conditions, situations, so on and so forth. But of course, this could speak to third parties. Therefore, it's hush-hush if this is a connection that you're still hoping to manifest. And the sign of Cancer is also where the soul enters an incarnation. So, and Capricorn is where the soul's journey ends and leaves. So I'm just wondering if because this is the third square between Jupiter and Saturn, and remember, we're talking now about cardinal signs, and cardinal means initiation, new beginning. Because Jupiter and Saturn were squaring in the signs of Gemini and Pisces, Saturn was transiting the sign of Pisces, which does speak to endings, a lot of karmic releases, I would say, and energies which speak to surrender. A lot of karmic work being done. Maybe this is also, it's got to do with karma that's being carried from a past lifetime, or any karma during this lifetime connected to the mother. So, when karma is carried many times from the parents to the children, I feel that a lot of work is being done. I don't know if the karma that's been carried that needs to be released, or that's been worked on to release, has got to do with you or your personal, both of you. Anyway, let's continue. What is hidden that we have no idea about, which may be also illuminated as this new moon will be waxing in the sign of Cancer, as Jupiter does bring wisdom, truth, brings us the bigger picture. Jupiter can also speak to foreigners, distant lands. Jupiter, for a divine feminine, most of you here are women, could be a divine masculine teacher that's come to teach you various lessons. Jupiter can speak to segregation, breakups, or even makeups as well. And Jupiter could also be someone that wears a uniform, someone that's in someone that's very intelligent, someone that sees the bigger picture, someone that's there to guide you for good or for bad. But Jupiter, remember, is also release, because Jupiter naturally rules the ninth house of Sag, and also the sign of Pisces, which is a very karmic sign. It speaks to endings. Endings bring new beginnings. What's hidden? Nine of Wands. So your person has been put through the ringer. It hasn't been easy for them. They're wounded. They've been broken. I don't know if they've put up a wall, because I do see the Nine of Wands as a wall, but it's the end of their hardship. So obviously the person you're connecting with or hoping to connect with, even if you don't know them, right? This is someone that hasn't had it easy. I don't know how far back, since when. It will be a different story for everyone. Welcome, Gaia. Hello, Bubby. Hello, baby, beautiful girl. Oh, yes, that's it. Take up the whole table, why don't you? Where's little Rocky? You're not giving him a hard time, are you? Let's look at the recent past. What's been going on between you and your person, or in your own personal life? And because I do feel that the people who enter our lives, for good or for bad, for to stay or to leave, to teach us and then to leave. So you could be dealing with someone that is on their own journey, and maybe your lives are meant to connect. So we've got a Page of Cups. There could be a child in the story. Page of Cups is a small offer. It's an unexpected message. It could, not reading reversals. So, pages are all about play and trust. Page of Cups is a very small offer. It comes and goes quickly as we see the fish. The fish is very slippery and slimy, and does escape us sometimes. But the fish can also mean a shocking revelation, or something that slips through our fingers quickly. Now, because it's Pisces speaks to unconditional love, but it can also speak to possible secrecy, not seeing things clearly where love is concerned. I don't know if your cup was full or if it was empty. Maybe this is a message that hasn't been able to be shared because of obligations, karma, someone going through a release, someone dealing with a sensitive child as well, because we see your person is coming to the end of a burdensome period in their time. And wands do speak to vocation and work, so love has been hard work for them, unless this is someone that works a lot and has put love on the back burner. Let's see what's going on in the now. We've got the star, and the star is Aquarius. Now, Aquarius is where Pluto is transiting and retrograde. So a retrograde planet usually does bring back situations from the past. And this new moon in Cancer will be talking about past situations. Remember, there are many cycles in astrology, many cycles going on at the same time. So it's really hard to pinpoint what's going on. But if we think of Pluto, when he first entered Aquarius, which was, early March 2023? Nevertheless, early 2023. Maybe something's been happening since then, as Pluto has been in and out of Aquarius. But having the star here in the position of the now, the star, if this is an individual, it could be someone that's known in their community. They're connecting with many people. They're part of a big group of people. I don't know if they're into politics, or they just are very communicative through social media. This could also be a connection that's physically at a distance, because the star does speak to, the star speaks to physical and timely distance. but it can also speak to a possible wish fulfillment, some truth coming through. And remember, Aquarius is also detachment. But also with the star, it is a card of hope. It is a card of healing. It could speak to possible truths as well. Truths that may not be easy to accept or to understand. Remember, the star is a number 17. It comes after the Tower, and Uranus being activated with Mars, that square. Mars from the last degree of Leo, and Uranus at the last degree of Taurus. So we're talking about the fixed areas in our chart, or fixed people, fixed signs, right? So Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, and Aquarius. Uranus will be at the 29th degree until he leaves on the 7th of July. So there is a possibility of communication, a wish fulfillment, or something that's going to play out that brings some hope, possibly, or the ability to, you're going to receive a sign. The sign, I don't know, could be during the night time, could be possibly also through your dreams. As we're doing this reading, the moon is transiting through Pisces and connecting with the north node of the moon. And the north node in Pisces does speak to the collective future consciousness, but we're all part of the collective. So it's giving us like a sign as to what the future may bring. And we will be having a full moon in Aquarius in the Leo season, which is not far off. So for some of you, that could be the time when there is a wish fulfillment, when something will be shown to you. Let's see. And Aquarius and Pisces, 11th and 12th houses, talk about endings. We've got another 9, which speaks to wrapping things up and something ending. Okay, so crowning is the Knight of Swords. Again, we get the Aquarius, I would say, more so. It's air energy, nevertheless. The Knight of Swords comes through very quickly with a lot of communication, lots of talks, lots of clearing out the cobwebs, the clouds, the illusion. Remember that whatever is being shown to us, because Jupiter is the truth, squares off to Neptune. Jupiter from Cancer squares off to, and is still squaring off to Neptune in Aries. Jupiter is the truth. Neptune is the vision, the dream, the fantasy. So something may be lit up, may be seen and cleared about what's really going on. The Knight of Swords comes through with a lot of information, very abruptly, sometimes even through challenging words, sometimes through the harsh aspects. We do get movement, we get change. Just as I said, if there's good news coming in, stay grounded. Don't get too over-optimistic and lost in the dream, in the fantasy. We've still got work to do, in the future, because Uranus is going to reverse back into Taurus. 2026 will be an incredible year. That's when the big planets will have ingressed into the signs that they're changing. So 2025 was all about change. We'll see the bigger picture and the actuality of those big changes in 2026. So that's why I'm saying we've still got some work that needs to be done. We will have a showing of what is promised for 2026, I feel here. How do we move Gaia now without her getting upset? Beautiful girl, do you mind? I know you're comfortable and you love being here, and that, it's really nice being here with Mummy, and Mummy's talking to you, putting you to bed. But thank you very much. We need the space. Let's see what the action or the advice is relative to what Spirit is telling us. What is the action and advice? So we've got a King of Pentacles. the minor arcana of the Emperor, and we've got the Empress here. There may be an age difference or a maturity difference. King of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. The king, the most experienced king, he's the boss, he's the CEO, he's the manager, someone who's quite successful in what they do, someone who, this is King Midas, right? Everything he touches turns to gold. He doesn't look too happy, does he? He doesn't look too happy at all. So he hasn't had it easy. He looks quite stern, he could be quite stuck. Remember I do get, this is Taurus mainly, and Uranus is squaring off to Mars in Leo. And Leo is confidence, needing to follow our heart, to flirt, to play, to connect with that inner child. I feel that if you're dealing with this person, they are in your energy, but they'll be abruptly pushed to make the changes in their life that maybe they've been dreaming of, fantasizing of, but the next step is the actuality, because we're talking about materialism, security. This person needs to be certain. And if we are talking about an earth sign, let's say, well, mostly if this is Taurus, obviously they've been hammered down with changes, because Taurus is the most fixed sign of all. But nevertheless, if this is an earth sign, since Uranus is transiting through Taurus, he's bringing positive changes to Virgo and to Capricorn. So whatever energies this divine masculine is upholds or has in their chart, let's say, or in their persona, it hasn't been easy, and we could see that here with the Nine of Wands. So let's see. Remember, King of Pentacles is very slow. They're very slow, but they're always there. This is someone that you can depend on, someone that will take forever. But this could also be someone that could be in another connection, another marriage, have children, have a business, have heavy responsibilities. But remember, the King of Pentacles holds the Ace of Pentacles, which is the security, the long-term relationship. This isn't a person that will come in and out of your life easily, I should say. Well, life happens, and these sort of relationships that we're looking into, they're usually long-term. They're usually lifelong relationships, very long-term, filled with many lessons. So what Spirit is telling me, I see more patience within the masculine, or whoever holds the masculine side of the relationship. I do feel that the divine feminine, because we've got the Empress, Venus, so Taurus as well as Libra, and Libra is air, Libra is fast, Libra is also the Queen of Swords. So I do feel that the divine feminine could be a little bit more edge-cutting, more truthful, and more about change and cutting away. So what I'm getting here is, I don't get so much that this king would be someone that is the one that puts an end or a start. Mainly, I do get that the Empress, the divine feminine, holds the more powerful position in this relationship. I don't want to cross out that this King of Pentacles could also have, they could have their North Node in Aquarius, let's say. So, or they could have their South Node in Aquarius, whereas this is the energy that's coming through for them. So there is a possibility that if this is a Taurus, remember Taurus is very slow to react, but don't anger the bull in a china store. That's what the Knight of Swords would be. So don't push this king, this emperor, let's say, to the edge, because they will give you their peace of mind. This is someone that could be losing their patience, having lost their patience. This is the crowning card, which says that your person may show up with a lot of news or show up with a lot of drive and oomph. They want to clear the air. They want to communicate. Right? They're possibly also could be going through legal divorce or a separation if there's another person connected. What is the possible outcome? We've got Temperance. Archangel Michael is telling us here that there's an alchemy going. You need to be patient. Okay. Temperance can speak to, of course, this Sagittarius, so long-distance connections, relationships with foreigners, and there's an alchemy going on, but you need to be patient, as the Empress knows how to be patient. That there's, remember, she pours from, Archangel Michael pours from one cup to the other. This to me is like trying to find the middle ground, trying to find the right alchemy between you and your person. So back and forth, right? And it takes time to turn lead into gold. So Temperance is saying, temper yourself, be patient. There is promise here for healing and balance. Let's see how the divine is affecting, helping or hindering, or the astrological planetary movement up in the sky, because as above, so below. What's going on in the now? Lots of worry with those Nine of Swords. Yes, of course, we know that the world is in a worrisome position right now. Generally, everyone is affected with what's going on in the world, but the Nine of Swords, to me, is someone has lost their sleep. They're twisting and turning at night, not being able to calm themselves. There's a lot of angst, stress. We've got a couple of nines, and 9 is the Hermit. Maybe there hasn't been communication between the two of you. The Hermit could also be, if someone is not happy emotionally, could also affect their physical body. The Hermit could be a doctor, could be an advisor, could be a psychologist, could be that someone has turned inwards now, is seeing that inner light, is guided by that inner light, by their higher self or by another professional. Sleepless nights. Feels like there's a lot of going around thoughts. Don't know what to do. I have no idea what to do, and I feel that the breakthrough may come as Uranus enters the sign of Gemini. It won't happen on the first day for everyone, remember, because Uranus is the high mind and Mercury is the logic. That could be a challenge between someone trusting their higher self, their wisdom, and also the battle would be internal relative to logic. I want to connect this. I want to connect with my other half, with this person that's come in and out of my life, let's say Uranus, or someone that I would never really choose. Uranus is someone different, someone that is very different, or someone that will bring incredible changes to one's life, and possibly also take them out of another situation that they've been in that they could not get out of by themselves. And Uranus is the ingenious mind, having that breakthrough. So there could be a battle between the logic and the I know what's going on, I've got the bigger picture, which is Uranus, but I need to make a decision what I'm going to go with. And Nine of Swords is the end, or we're still in a lot of worry here, but we're coming to the end of that with the nines. We've got the Six of Swords, a lot to do with the mind, so it's a cerebral connection. I don't know if it's just a platonic connection where you haven't connected, you're at a physical distance. For some of you, we see that with the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords does speak to travel, movement, being at a physical distance, but also needing to leave the worry behind. I mean, there's fear here about third parties, about things coming to light. If you are dealing with someone that is known in their community, someone that's very active with a lot of people, it could be the business, it could be what they do work-wise. Because this could be someone that's quite successful in what they've done, and possibly fear of their reputation being hurt if they are in a situation where, remember what I said, so Uranus having made the difference, connecting with someone that you would never choose. It could be the same for your person, that you don't fit the bill, let's say, or they don't fit the bill for you. But these relationships are not not someone's status, not someone's looks. It's got nothing to do with that. It's the connection of the souls and the lives. So Six of Swords is possibly we're coming to the end of a lot of worry. It has got to do with leaving the stress relative to third parties or relative to possibly a fight that you've had. The fight maybe was internal, maybe it didn't even happen. And someone's wondering, why have they disappeared just out of the blue? I mean, that's an internal stress fight and anxiety, a lot of anxiety. Someone's trying to make, to bring logic into this madness. There is no answer to that. Everything happens as it must, as it should. But obviously, there's a lot of things that haven't been communicated, and therefore it's like things are up in the air, and that's why there's a lot of stress and a lot of worry. But Six of Swords is saying that we're leaving, we're transitioning to calmer waters. Oh my goodness. And someone is needing to make a choice. There is a dilemma here, and because we don't read reversals, I do feel that someone is making a choice. Remember, Temperance can speak to balance. Two of Swords can also speak to balance. Six of Swords speaks to balance. It's like in due time, the imbalance will be turned into balance, right? Into fairness and justice. Things will change. As long as decisions are made, we're not stuck in the dilemma in doing cycles again and again. And I do feel that there will be help coming from Spirit with Temperance here. She's talking about that alchemy. Be patient. You will find your footing. There's the Five of Swords. So you see, there's a lot of conflict. There are others involved, surely. But there's so much air here. It's got to do with the mind, connecting with someone on a more cerebral level. Even if you're not communicating, you're connecting. Your minds are connecting. But air means also legalities, separation. It could be legal separation. It could be separation of, we don't communicate anymore. So we're feeling very lost. And why have they stopped communicating with the Five of Swords? What happened? This could also be internal conflict, because if someone was between two, this is like if there's a third party, you could be the third person, right? Or your person could be, or there could be, both of you could be another connections. And here there are lots of doubts on whether someone's given up, not willing to fight for this connection, and gone back to their ex, let's say. That is another fear that we have here. We've got a King of Wands here. King of Wands could be a Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. This could also be a Scorpio. They could also have, I do get Leo, Aquarius here. This could be another fire sign. Scorpio comes through for me as well. But because we've got the King of Wands here, and we do see the Lion here, so Leo comes through a lot. This is fear about taking a strong position. This is fear on someone following their heart. This is fear on someone taking action, because I have fears. I don't know where I'm going to wind up. Also, my reputation may be, if this is the same person, my reputation may be scathed. But this could also be an ex. He's not a very happy chap. That's what I see here. So some of you, if you're in another connection, or if your person is, there's a lot of fights, lots of arguments, possible separation from a previous relationship. So I don't know if this is the same person, or this is an ex of yours, or their ex. So a fire sign. And yes, this could be for some of you a same-sex relationship as well. So we see someone alone, really, in the Garden of Eden, someone that's very independent, financially stable, in a good position, someone who leads, someone. And with the King of Wands, if this is an ex, then there's a detachment here. It's like you're living under the same roof, with lots of fights here or there. But maybe financially someone can't move out. I'm saying this, but there's a detach here. And I do get strength in the feminine, because the Nine of Pentacles is very similar to the Empress. So it could be the divine feminine connecting with someone that was maybe also flirtatious, maybe not very loyal. There's been a lot of fights, arguments, potential separation and agreement. It feels like because the Nine of Pentacles is the divine feminine, she knows her power, and as I said, she's very independent. Someone that knows her worth could be also someone that's trying to, save money. Logically, I would say if this is the divine feminine, she's moving towards success, because I feel that she's got the upper hand where this King of Wands is concerned. This could be someone that could be very creative, but could be very temperamental, very self-centered sometimes, and quite weak, quite egotistical, which could be very much about clashing with this person if this is another partnership. And we've got the Two of Cups, so we see a meeting of the heads and the minds, two people that want the same thing, that are on the same level, but there are third parties here. So if this is a soulmate connection, someone's wanting their freedom, their independence, but they're being blocked. I would say the divine feminine here, possibly, unless this is an ex. The Nine of Pentacles is someone that is eating away at their finances. She wants everything. She's energetically, she's an energetic thief, let's say. She's energetically weakening. If this is an ex of your person, she's energetically eating away at the finances and at the aura of your person. That's why they're very upset. And we do see anger and a sense of, I'm not happy, I'm not going through an easy time. But we also see the Two of Cups in the past and the Three of Cups. So maybe there has been a meeting, may have been a possible meeting between you and your person, you and your soulmate. I don't know if it's a twin flame or a soulmate. The twin flame has not come through today, but this may be a physical meeting, but where there's other people. I don't feel that it was an intimate meeting. So this is more about, having a drink or getting a cup of coffee and the meeting of the minds. But then the Nine of Pentacles, we see someone that's on their own. They're lonely, because it's like the playing out of the story here, that someone needs to be independent and alone. What's blocking them is anything legal or a moment of truth that they need to speak about, and therefore even if it hurts and wounds the others, we see that this is like someone that's in fighting mode, right, and is willing to use truths and also to walk through that portal of justice. I'm going to find my justice even if it cuts me. I need to get out of this situation. Fives do bring changes, remember? Let's take 3 cards from the Tarot of Dreams by Sierra Marchetti. Let's see what the past, present, or future advises. What's going on, dear Spirit? What is potentially going on? Let's look at the past first of all. We've got the Chariot, the present. We've got the Queen of Swords, which has been mentioned already, and the future, possible future. We've got the Knight of Swords. Libra, Aquarius comes through. We've also got Cancer. Now, the Knight of Swords has come through twice, which says there'll be a lot of communication, a lot of clearing of the air, possible legalities. Remember, the Queen of Swords is usually, she's someone that's very fair, very just, but she could also be a divorcee or someone in separation that's hoping to find her balance, find her harmony. But to do that, she needs to move. I don't know if you're at a physical distance with your person, because Knights, we see the horses. There's a lot going on with travel and movement, physical movement. And I don't know now, time-wise, I did say past, present, future, but the past could be around this new moon in Cancer, right? Because timing is really hard to pinpoint. So possibly you could be at a physical distance where someone's taken their chariot, they've taken the challenge, let's say, they've made up their mind about what they want to do. So this could be a physical movement, but also an emotional movement towards clearing the air, towards speaking her truth, towards becoming single. But I also see that the divine feminine has turned her back on this Knight of Swords, which Knight of Swords could be a lot of anger, a lot of frustration, right? Now, if we're talking about kings, emperors, they do carry ego. So this Queen of Swords standing in her strength is saying, look, that's it. This is what I want. This is what I understand. And unless you can clear the air with me, because we do see that there was only a very small offer at the base, which is the root. There's a lot of lies, deception, matters that are unknown, which is bringing this relationship to a head at this time. What's at the foundation? And we've got a King of Cups, Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces. Interesting. And we've got the 10 of Wands. We saw the 9 of Wands. Interesting, because this is the position that you don't know about. So this king is sitting on the 10 of Wands, which is saying that they're finishing something up. They're carrying that heavy load, but remember, 10s turn into aces. And we've got Saturn in Sagittarius, which is saying that because of responsibilities and karma, there was an inability to connect with someone that was a foreigner, or someone needed to get grounded. Someone needed to face reality and not live in the dream only and just be very optimistic, right? Because remember what I said, that we've got Saturn squaring off to Jupiter, and Jupiter rules Sagittarius. So this is the end of the burden for your King of Cups. Yes, could be the same person. The general energy is matters of heart and masculine. The King of Cups, he's more mature logically than the Queen of Cups, right? He's come to the end of the road. He's reached the pinnacle of maturity, and that's why he's the king. But we don't know if he's in the reverse or if he's in the upright. This could be someone that tries to escape situations through addictions, through drinking, and this could also be someone that is not totally truthful, or someone that hides their deepest emotions, their deepest passions. And that could also be heavy. So this square could be the end of the burdens. Jupiter, as I said, is stronger than Saturn. So if there's been limitations and brakes being pressed on this connection, we've got the ability to break through and break out. And Uranus is also helping in that, to bring truths. So this is a divine masculine that seems to be, for some of you, they're emotionally mature. For others of you, they could be crying over spilt milk and they're not emotionally ready. And as Temperance is saying, take it slowly, be patient, because there's still a dilemma here. Someone's looking for their balance. Now, this could also be someone that's taking medicine because they can't sleep at night. They're taking sleeping pills, whatever it is. Okay. Let's take another layer. And I want to use my first ever little deck. So it's a very special deck for me. So let's get more clarity on what is going on. Let's get more clarity on the moon in the foundation at the root. What is the moon about? We've got a 10 of Cups, so someone was possibly in another family situation. Maybe that was coming to an end. Look at that. We've got the King of Pentacles here. So, very secretive indeed. Remember what I said? I do get Taurus, opposite is Scorpio. So, we've got Scorpio, Taurus very strong here. We do have some, we've got Cancer, Pisces as well. Let's not rule that out. This is a general reading. But lots of secrecy or lots of fears connected to this King of Pentacles family situation. It could be their extended family. It could be their parents. It could be, so this King of Pentacles could be someone that's carrying karma relative to their mother, or someone that's that fears being untraditional, making the changes because it's like their life's path was set to a particular route and outcome. 10 of Cups is happiness. We've got the moon here, which speaks to the family lifeline. Their past, following in the footsteps of their heritage. And the King of Pentacles is King Midas. So you've hit the jackpot. If this is your story, what can I say? Hit the jackpot that you've connected with someone that, I mean, there's royalty here. There is royalty. And if it's not on a practical level, on a level of reality, then that's how they feel, right? This is someone who wears a crown, someone who's got a royal blue blood background, I can say. Let's see what the 9 of Wands in the hidden position is, dear Spirit. Thank you for your guidance. We've got a King of Swords, so this could be a professional they're talking to, possibly going through separation, or what they've withheld from you is also heavy for them. So if this is someone you're not dealing with, not talking with, maybe what they've kept from you is also the heavy burden. Unless they're going through any legal matters, doesn't have to necessarily be a legal divorce. It could be the way they communicate, the way they think about you. There's the Nine of Swords again, you see. So I do get very strong air. Your person does have very strong air. 10 swords there, and we've got the High Priestess. So they are very worried about you. If you're the third person, you're the High Priestess. I mean, you do connect spiritually, but they're also, because the High Priestess is someone that's not out there, right? She knows, she's got the wisdom within her. We've got Pisces, Virgo here. Unless your person is seeking advice from another astrologer, tarot reader, or your person is going through an awakening, and they fear believing in what their higher self is telling them. That scares them to death. But they're also fearing that the divine feminine has closed the door. Let's have a look at that Page of Cups in the recent past. What's been going on? Two of Wands. So choices, long distance, physical distance, and a dilemma about taking this relationship emotionally to the next level. And we've got a King of Cups, Knight of Cups, King of Cups here. Again, we've got Scorpio. This offer would involve travel and would involve a possible change of area of living, but will also, this more mature offer would bring the ability to move forward, to take this Chariot forward, because it is a victory card, but it, to me, feels like an empty victory in the recent past, because there was still dilemmas. There was physical distance, maybe there was a child. So someone could be choosing between the happiness of their child, or children want their parents together, the happiness of the child or the happiness of their heart. But remember, the Knight of Cups still wears a suit of armor. So difficult choices. Let's look at the now. What is the star in the now? So someone seriously looking at something long-term, studying it. To me, this could also be someone spying on you, checking you out on your social media. I mean, this is like an idea on this pentacle, this relationship, how to take it long term. There's physical distance. This is my wish fulfillment, but how to make it real, how to ground it and bring it down, and not have it only in the illusion, I shouldn't say in the illusion, as the dream, or something possibly that could happen in the future, a wish fulfillment, how to manifest this. If there's physical distance, this is also strategizing or a planning for a meeting, a physical meeting. This is someone's wish fulfillment, no doubt. And if there is a possibility of a physical meeting, this could also be someone thinking to bring you a gift. Someone's going shopping. They're thinking of buying you a gift. I don't know if the gift is an offer or if it's something physical. It could be, I mean, the Ace of Pentacles could be that, you know, a promise for something long term, or even a meeting in the near future. Knight of Wands could be a traveler, someone who travels a lot. They could travel for work, or they just love traveling. And we've got the Four of Pentacles, so this is like holding back on this. So it's taking a little bit longer than what it should. Because if there is a meeting, your person, again, will be withheld. They will not be, it feels like it's very hard for them to tell you the naked truth, to be totally truthful with you. They will come through as more passionate, more fun-loving, more freedom-loving. But they're still protecting their heart. Let's look at this Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords on the Knight of Swords. Wow. I do get that there's competition here. There's competition, and energetically, if you're connecting to two masculine, a past and and a hopefully future connection, there's jealousy here. Look at how this Knight of Swords is bringing down their sword on the person that you're wishing for. Look at that. Energetically, this is, remember what I said about an energetic vampire. Energetically, it's like someone is blocking this connection. There needs to be a move. There needs to be, I don't know what can I tell you? Physically, if you're in the surroundings of someone that is an energy vampire for you, eating away at your aura and blocking your life, blocking the evolution of your soul's purpose. And this could be also that if there is an offer that comes in and it's against the will of whoever you're with, I mean, I see that this Chariot is still going to move. So it doesn't matter what's going on here. It's like you're throwing caution to the wind and you're saying this trip will be made. I will be victorious. I will move. I will get out of this challenging Knight of Swords, whoever this is in your life. Let's take one more. Yeah, see? The Devil. The Devil is narcissism, addictions, addictive behaviors. You've been stuck with someone, you or your person, or both of you, stuck in a vicious cycle that needs to, that you can get out of through speaking your truth and through cutting through the crap and even going through challenging fights, arguments, and I don't want to use the word danger. Remember, Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, and Uranus is the bright, ingenious idea. And Saturn is, well, the devil is Saturn. Of course, Uranus is about cutting through the limitations and restrictions. The devil is also third-party situations, addictions, a very strong sexual connection, third party. If you're dealing with a past other, I do feel that there has been infidelity anyway. And I'm talking about the ex. Some themes that have held back this situation is karma, is timing, and is responsibilities, heavy responsibilities, fears, and obligations. We do need that energy of Uranus to break through whatever's been stuck. The devil can also speak to fears, fear of trouble, fear of breakthrough, fear of change. So Capricorn and Aquarius come through very strongly. Interesting, we've got Cancer and Capricorn. These are the lunations ahead of us, dear friends. So expect this type of energy. Don't fear it, because what is meant to happen is going to happen. Let's look at the King of Pentacles in the action and advice. Yes, this is King Midas, all right. But 10 of Pentacles turns into the Ace that he's holding. This could be the end of a family situation. This could be someone that is very conservative and has been following traditions, the family, the way things have always been done. I've got a name, I've got a reputation, I've got lots of money, I've got stability in my life. Why would I want to risk that? But the 10 of Pentacles is also a legacy that this King of Pentacles wants to leave, possibly to a child if this is a father. There's the child. So we're talking either about Pisces or Aries child. But this is also your King Midas with the Aries energy. Page of Wands, this is like the minor arcana of the Fool card, right? So if this person does have a strong air in their chart, they may do something very unexpected, or they'll be pushed to do that. As above, so below, remember. And Page of Wands is I'm enthusiastic. I'm going to send out that message on the spur of the moment. I feel very attracted, very passionate about taking this journey or connecting with my other half, where there is, who made me feel like a child. Because remember, the King of Pentacles is bogged down with heaviness and a lot of responsibility. But maybe this connection brings out the inner child, or even memory of those wounds that your person needs to work through. You see, there is the Emperor and there is the King of Pentacles. This could be someone that's following in the footsteps of the Emperor, which could be the father. Empress, Emperor, right? But the Emperor can speak to me. I get very strong. Of course, it's Aries, and there's so much going on with Kronos, Saturn, and Neptune in Aries. Aries is all about I, me, my. It's a time of not us, but me. And of course, whoever is younger needs to grow. They need to grow a beard. They need to pick up their socks. They need to grow into the position of this Emperor. They need to grow up quickly. And believe in the dream, but through taking that journey, initiating. Let's take one more on the Emperor. Yep, someone who's got responsibilities, their own business. This is like the 1111. This would be someone in another marriage. But it's the 1111, which is an opportune moment. This Emperor wants to stable something, wants to put down those foundations, wants to bring safety, security, and happiness. That's the action and advice. Unless this is someone that's coming out of a marriage. We've got two cards that speak to marriage. And yes, a business that's very stable, very long-term, passed down from a father, from a grandfather, so on and so forth. But remember what I said. Because there's a dilemma here with this child or the inner child. So do I do what's right for me, or what I've been taught that I should do, what I've been told that I should do? There's an opportunity here, and it's the portal. It is the portal, but we'll see. Let's see what Temperance is saying. Four of Cups. The Hanging Man, yeah. Not right now, not yet. Temperance is saying be patient. Someone's still emotionally not able to accept this Ace of Cups, which is the Holy Grail coming from the hand of Spirit. Someone is still needing to release, to also release the sacrifices that they've made for everyone else. Pisces is unconditional love, right? But Pisces is also an ending. Also someone that's going through a spiritual awakening here, and working through karma that they've carried from the past. But there will be success here. Six of Wands could also be someone that's quiet. They're on their high horse. Someone that's going through heavy humbling, I would say here. And that would be what Spirit is teaching them. Remember that life is not only about the physical, the tangible. There is also our higher self and spirit. So if you were dealing with someone that was only stuck into the reality, materialism, what I can see, what I can touch is reality, and not someone that I'm seeing in my dream all the time, someone that I feel very bad when they're not in my life. I feel lost when they're not communicating with me. This is the divine masculine going through an awakening, surely. trying to understand. This is a really heavy lesson for the divine masculine. We know the Empress is very patient. Remember that we've got the Empress before the Emperor. The Emperor is the most experienced, which is the divine masculine, but we get to the Empress before we get to the Emperor. You know what I mean? So the Empress is, as I said, there's more emotional maturity in the divine feminine. She understands. She understands, and she's going to be very patient. Let's take what's the Nine of Swords? What's all this worry about? What are these sleepless nights and this anxiety? What is it about? This is unresolved. This is pent up passion, desire, missed opportunities. Feels like someone's kicking themselves here. There was an opportunity for a physical get together, and when I say physical, I mean a sexual encounter. Maybe there's been a physical meeting. I don't know if there was a sexual encounter, or there are regrets that there was, or that someone jumped in too quickly and got involved, formed a lot of karma. The devil is karma, and it can happen because we see the two people here that are in their birthing suit, right? This is very sexual. So there are regrets, there are sleepless nights about missed opportunities or having jumped in too quickly. I would say missed opportunities mainly because of the Four of Cups. You see that this person is not looking at that Ace of Cups here. So they've missed opportunities for this new beginning because they're too caught up in other things that they're dealing with. Let's take another card. Yeah, a lot of confusion and illusion, not knowing if your person wants this, if this is true, what they're feeling, what they're understanding. Seven of Cups is many opportunities, many possibly also lost opportunities, and a lot of illusion and confusion. But there could also be, with the Ace of Wands, an opportunity for the light to come on to bring the clarity. It's like drying up the clouds, you know. What's that? It will come through hardship, through a conflict, possibly through someone going overboard or not being able to hold themselves back. Because the Ace of Wands is an opportunity that someone may take, and through conflict, the clouds will clear. Let's look at the Six of Swords. We've got the Two of Pentacles, another card of balance, and the Three of Cups. Remember that the Two of Pentacles holds the infinity symbol. You've been there, done that. Is there a possibility that someone is returning to a place that they visited where there was a meeting? Because I did say that there could be an opportunity here and a possible invitation as well. Or someone is doubting that there are that third parties are leaving the situation, or that there can be a reconciliation. Things are still up in the air though. Let's take one more, and we've got the Eight of Wands, so someone is traveling, someone is moving. They are deciding to visit a place that they've been to before possibly, or just connect and meet. This is the desire for the Eight of Wands. It's like they're targeting, right? These are the targets, the arrows of Cupid. So there is a lot of desire to connect, lots of messages that will will take you away from the conflict, the dilemma. Let's go, because even though there will possibly be reconciliation, again communication, possibly a meeting, there are still dilemmas. Yeah, because someone may not have finished up with a past situation here. And the Eight of Cups is, the dilemma is, do I take that final step? Because I don't want to face the music. Five of Swords, I don't want to meet trouble in front of me. I don't want to get caught up in a third party situation. I don't want my reputation to be scathed. See, there's the Nine of Wands. So someone needs time still, and I feel that it's your person. Let's take one more on the High Priestess and the Nine of Swords. Yeah, we've got the Queen of Swords, so there will be truthful communication. Someone is going through separation, divorce. We've got the King and the Queen of Swords here, and the High Priestess. If this is not a love triangle and a third party, then I don't know what is. So if you've been doubting that you're the third party, or that even that your person is going through a separation and a divorce, then don't. They're going through a lot. Nine of Swords, Nine of Wands are on them. Five of Cups, you see, a lot of mourning relative to the past. Eight of Swords, you know, I'm stuck. What do I do? Let's look at the psyche. For some of you, your King of Cups needs a little bit more time. What's going on in the psyche of your person? Did I see another card? That does not... Yes, I did. I saw a card that does not belong. Well, this is an important card because it's missing from the deck. What is missing? Ace of Wands, which is down here. There will be an opportune moment because we see growth on this Ace of Wands, my dear friends. So these are messages that do come through. They're meant to come through. My eye caught different color and I thought, oh, there's another card here. I'm looking at the other cards on the table and I didn't see it. Let's look at the psyche of your person, of your Emperor or your King of Pentacles or your King of Wands. And we've got the King of Swords here, which is also Aquarius. So remember, this could be the same person in different energies, or you could be dealing with two people. Let's look at your person. What's going on in their psyche relative to your relationship? Big dreams. They're still in a dream state, but they're fantasizing about you. They also fear being open emotionally. They're returning. We've got retrogrades ahead. So there is a return, my dear friends. And yep, you're going to find out that they're still stuck. There's still karma. Let's take a couple more because the stuck is the Saturnian energy when Saturn permits, right? Yeah, they're stuck and there's a pause because the Hanging Man is here. You see, the responsibilities that they have still cannot, they've still got work that they need to release. And also because the stuck is very Capricorn, it's more about the physical, the tangible. It's an earth sign, Capricorn. They need to understand that this is not only, you're not their trophy. Your relationship is not a trophy. They should stop acting like you're the trophy. They should connect more on that spiritual side, which they fear looking at the truth. And that's the lesson here I get. But your relationship is going through an ascension. We see the Six of Swords here, and we see very similar to the Six of Swords. I would say that there will be a return, but there will be stuck energies and things that you still need to see. There are things that they're going through. They're going through a release. They're releasing karma. They're doing the work, which is helping them go through an ascension process as well. If you're revisiting the same place and this is deja vu. If this is not deja vu, you're going to live the same situation where you're going to find yourself, if it's not exactly the same situation, it's going to feel like that. This is what I was mentioning here. So you're coming back and you're going to be feeling that deja vu, not only you, but your person as well. That will feel like you're revisiting the same situation, but in actuality, it may not be the exact same situation, but your relationship will be going through an ascension process. And your person is more awakening, let's say. Let's look at you. Third party, so you are connecting with someone else. you're the victim, you also need to, or you're going through a release. And you've got regrets, or you're dealing with someone that was holding you under their thumb, not letting you. I mean, this is an imprisoning situation. You may have regrets. You may have regrets about staying in a third party or getting in a third party. You may also have regrets of staying and becoming the victim in a past situation, or even in this relationship, feeling as though you've been victimized. Let's not rule that out because, okay, your person hasn't been totally truthful with you. Let's take one more on that regret. Unless your ex is trying to keep you in victim mode and holding you back, blocking your exit out of a third party situation. And you may also be dealing with a third party where they were not totally loyal. They do have regrets. Forgiveness. This is either you needing to forgive yourself or forgiving an ex, or even forgiving this person that hasn't been totally truthful with you. This to me says that someone's possibly checking you out from a distance, seeing that you're going through a metamorphosis. They're checking out your social media possibly, or that there's just great admiration from your person. And possibly also, if you've already gone through a breakup and you're the Queen of Swords, you've gone through this already. For some of you, or you're going through that in the near future, it'll be like you will be the role model of your person, because I do feel that it's the divine feminine that's more progressed in this story than the divine masculine, as it usually happens, as the divine feminine is usually maturity wise ahead of the masculine. We've got compromise and we've got pride and ego. We've got no, and then we've got pride and ego, and then compromise and no. Not being able to find the middle ground, whether it's a past or it's a present relationship. Let's take some Sibilas. I just want to take I want to take 3, because remember we had the Chariot, we had the Queen of Swords and the Knight of Swords. I'm going to take the Sibilas on the past, present, future on these cards because I want more information. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing and commenting. It really helps the channel. Thank you for your donations and keep commenting. Yes, we can do the yes please. If you've been wondering, just comment, leave your comment yes please beneath. Next week we'll be choosing randomly for a Lenormand email reading, and please mention at least, because some people may think that we're not doing those. Next week I think I'll have a bit more time, so I may take another 3 people. Keep your comments coming. And a special thank you to our patrons. What is this Chariot about? Someone thinking about movement, leaving where they've been residing, who they've been living with, because the Hermit is like the 9, and putting a lot of thought or seeing the inner light about moving away from poison, from someone that was poisonous. Helpful energies to move, but through hard work. This took, even a trip in the past was hard work. Let's see in the now. You've got some helpful energies. If you're still in the Chariot, you're working through some poison, some challenges, but there are helpful energies here. This could also be a particular person that helps you, that's there to serve you. In the now, there's leggerezza, very strong sexual connection, but also a metamorphosis, big changes on that Queen of Swords. This could be in the now. because the butterfly is free after she comes out of her cocoon. So this talks about a heavy burden before the freedom. This is what you'll be communicating, or this is what you're going through. Or the Queen of Swords could also be the partner of your person, who could be also someone who's got a very cutting tongue, someone that's could be more self-centered. Remember, Libra is us, but if Libra in the reverse would be only me, not us, right? So someone is freeing themselves up here. It's the Ten of Wands, so it does speak to heaviness. This metamorphosis into also becoming single for someone is not easy. Remember, Libra is all about the physical, anything that is beautiful. Libra loves to be dressed well. They love expensive things. They like to look good. They're always going to the hairdresser. So remember what I said about someone eating, wasting a lot of money, which has been very hurtful relative to your King Midas, your King of Pentacles. Someone going overboard with expenses, and it's not a joke. I mean, going to purchase one expensive ring can really put someone out financially. Holidays and, oh my goodness, you can imagine now. Let's see what else we've got here. Yep, this is like an ending, surely. Five of Swords is like the death card. It's like I'm putting the hatchet, burying the hatchet here, or putting an end to any difficulties, any challenging times, difficult times. The Five of Swords could also be that there will be some conflict, and that will lead on to an end, to a change, because we've got two cards that speak to a metamorphosis here. And delirante, someone being delirious, they're being held up by their friends, they've gone out drinking, they've gone overboard, they're catching up with their friends, talking about them becoming single. I don't know if this is you or your person. Looks like someone may be needing to face the music so that they could become free. The Nine of Pentacles, remember the Nine of Pentacles, there it is. Could also be someone that goes out and has fun with friends and doesn't give a damn and is sleeping around. So a lot could be playing out with these three Sibilas. Let's look at this Knight. Yeah, this is Ladro, the thief, the outsider coming into a family. Ten of Pentacles it is, but this is the outsider, someone that's breaking in, breaking and entering, breaking through the shit, breaking through that wall that's been put up, let's say, through hardship. And there can be talk about infidelity. There can be talk about third parties. Things can get revealed because Scorpio speaks to a lot of secrecy. We've got sex infidelity here. And we've got the Lamante. This is like, here is Romeo and Juliet, right? If you're not going to open the window, if you're not going to be open to me, I'm going to break in and enter. I'm going to come in through force, says the divine masculine. Even though emotionally they're the Knight of Cups. You see that? Now, the Knight of Cups could be the third party because this is the person that's breaking in and entering to a family. So who could be the more romantic could be your energy as well, because if you're the third party, then you're entering someone's life where they've got a family. And we saw the Ten of Pentacles on the King of Pentacles. So, and we've got there's Uranus, which brings success. Six of Wands, unexpected turns of events. Consolante sorpresa, Six of Wands, someone who is going to succeed. And someone that's going to be humbled as well, where they've been riding high on their horse. General energy is the gran consolazione. This is what your person is dreaming of. They're fantasizing about you. They sit behind a desk. They're going through revelations or they're seeking advice. legal advice. And 5 of Cups, they're crying over spilt milk and crying over a situation, generally speaking. Wow. What a reading, my dear friends. What a reading. Let's take the energy oracle. Let's take a message. I would say also that truth needs to be told. There needs to be truth and no confusion. Your person is seeking to return. That's what we see here. This is what they're visualizing or imagining. I would say if your person is wanting to return, do not play the victim role. Do not play the role of the martyr and that you've hurt me and that you've give them a chance to speak, to be open. That's if you're open to a return of a past partnership that you've been waiting on. Let's see what the advice is. Attachment, number 5. 5 is also the Hierophant, but 5s also speak to change. Attachments, they could be healthy attachments, addictive attachments. Let's see what the upright message speaks to, because we see her taking off a mask. Perceived need and the choice to let go. In the upright position, this card reveals that your passage forward is being stopped by strong attachments to old patterns or people from the past. The chain at your wrist is bolted to fear from the past or desperation about the future. Although you may wear the mask of pretense or even contentment, you simply can't seem to go forward. The stuff that's keeping you stuck could be physical addictions, emotional patterns, or even old relationships. Are you living in fear, addicted to old unhealthy habits, or so desperate about the future that you can't be happy now? If so, the chains that bind you could be of your own making. This card is telling you that it's time to take the action you need to break out of your chains and move forward to an open, free, healthy, and authentically happy life. Remember, Uranus is about authenticity. So truth, behold, we're going to have truths ahead and breakthroughs for sure. So I don't know if these are your chains or your person's or both of you. It's right on point with the reading. It may take some courage and effort to let go, but know that you are capable of doing it. Until you do, the difficult energy will just repeat itself, keeping you stuck. But I'm going to say also that if that's been the case, Uranus and Mars square will unstick the energies. They will get you unstuck. And because we had King Midas here, we had King of Pentacles and the Emperor. Someone needs to follow their heart and get unstuck from where they've been. And of course, you may have been in an addictive cycle as well yourself, possibly also a past relationship. This could be a twin flame because of the reflection between you and your person. Some of you need to release, because you're in a third party, it shows here. Release regrets, missed opportunities, and release any bad blood. Forgive and release. Forgive yourself and forgive others. And if your person is returning and they're sort of giving you the same I would say, as I said, don't play the martyr. Everything's fine. Just find out what's been going on, because you may also regret having deemed them as being not having done the right thing. There are reasons behind everyone's actions. Okay, so let's give the other people a chance to speak up, to speak their truth, and then you can deem whether you should cut them out of your life and cut these vicious cycles and addictive behaviors and life cycles that you've been stuck in, where obviously that would be blocking a new relationship to come in. So always listen to your higher self, my dear friends. Now let's take their thoughts. Let's hopefully unlock their minds and see what they're thinking, what they're feeling. And you may comment yes please beneath to get your own personal love message. That will not happen for the next couple of days, so we'll be back with your own personal messages. Just give me a few days. Your love touched my soul. Babe, I love you so. Let's elope. Let's try again. I love you. Waiting patiently for your return. I forgive you. Only you, baby, come back. I don't want to be tied down. I will never marry. I don't believe in marriage. This is someone very independent that does not want marriage. Doesn't mean they cannot. It doesn't mean that they don't want a relationship, right? I've had enough. You're blocked. You took the stars from my eyes. You took my heart and I want it back. You're just someone I used to know. That's a lot of ego there. And that's a hurt ego. I love you. There is deep love here. I knew you would break my heart. Open your heart and talk truthfully to me. Talk to me. I have never loved like this before. That's what they're talking about, truthfully. And waiting for you to make your choice. I won't be waiting forever. I really want to work on us. You are worth it. And yes, work is still necessary here. Oh, excuse me. When I spoke about work, someone's working a lot. Someone needs to put in the work because they haven't been putting in the work. All right, my dear friends, I think that we will leave it there. Let me just take the most important signs that are coming through for this reading. We will take 6 probably. Let's look at the most important signs. We've mentioned quite a few signs, but obviously if they come through here, it's very important. Remember to look at not only the sun sign, look at the rising, look at the moon placement, look for a guy, look at their Mars placement. Where is their Mars? And for a girl, where is their Venus? And look to their north node or their south node, who they are in their comfort zone and who they should become in their discomfort zone in the future. Let's see which signs are more important here. We've got Capricorn, Cancer. These are the lunations ahead of us, so not surprising at all. Pisces, Scorpio. We've got all the water signs. I did see a lot of water in the love messages. It's going to be a very emotional time. Remember, it is the 18th of June, but you may take these messages for you personally. Even if you get one message, it's a bonus through this reading whenever you view this video. Sagittarius, and one last, and we've got Virgo. Okay, So very, very strong mutable signs. We've got in cardinal, which means new beginnings. Cardinal means, mutable means changes, fitting into your environment, making the changes. And we've also got Scorpio, which is a fixed sign. Let's take a peek at the bottom, and Leo comes through. Okay, they're the signs that are most potent this time and on this reading, my dear friends. I do hope that you enjoyed it. Share the video. It does help the channel to continue to survive and to bring these videos to you. Share them, comment, and of course, a big thank you to our patrons. If you want a personal reading, remember you get a discount. And yeah, I think we'll leave it there. Let's just wish for peace. Let's pray for peace. Pray for the people who are in difficult situations, dangerous life situations. And please take your foot off the pedal. It's still dangerous. That square from Mars and Uranus, Mars now in Virgo on the royal star Regulus, the rise and fall of kings and of very important leaders, the King Midas, big success, but then big downfalls could happen for many people at this time. And look at the king on the top of all the signs. It's just the crowned king. It's incredible. Just so you know, it's the mutable signs now that will be affected with Mars transiting through the sign of Virgo. And what Spirit is telling us, get grounded. Things are going to, in one way, they're going to pick up pace because Uranus is going to enter, of course, the sign of Gemini, and air signs make the energies go faster. Saturn and Neptune, they're in Aries, which is a fire sign. Pluto is in Aquarius, again, an air sign. Okay, so the energies are going to start to pick up, even though Mars in Virgo says, get grounded, try to do things at a step at a time. Don't go overboard with rushing. Slow down because the South Node is in Virgo, and the South Node is a Saturnian energy. It could be a little bit dangerous for your health. Relax, try and get some sleep. Don't be too anxious, and don't listen to mainstream media about, what's going on in the world. I think that Jupiter from Cancer will protect the world, even at the last minute. And let's all pray for a good outcome and for peace in the world and for no more loss of life. Love and light to all of you. Love you all so much. Thank you for your support and your love. I will be back. And if you're here on YouTube, so on the 20th, the love readings, the Patreon love readings will be released to the public. So in a couple of days, make sure you're notified. Press the notification bell. Make sure you're subscribed. And make sure, even if you're subscribed and you've pressed the notification bell, that you're being notified, because a lot of people are not. Love and light, my dear ones.